Let's tell you a little more about the King of Thailand. He is the richest in the world.
Despite being the only officially recognized son of Thailand's King Ramatex, Prince Doran's life is far from the fairy tale image of royalty. Born into wealth and power, his journey has been marked by scandal, mystery, and heartbreak. He was mocked for his awkward public behavior for years, earning the cruel nickname, the dumbest prince. But now, his stunning transformation has left the world in shock. Was he indeed misunderstood all along? And most importantly, will he ever sit on Thailand's throne? Join us as we explore the details of the incredible transformation of this 19-year-old prince, the future of the Thai monarchy. Even though Prince Dipangkorn Rasmajodi is the only officially recognized son of King Vajiralongkorn, he has never been formally declared the heir to the Thai throne. His position in the royal family has remained uncertain, especially after his mother, Sasmi Suads, fell from favor and was stripped of her royal titles. Despite the controversy surrounding his mother, Dipangkorn was allowed to remain in the palace and continue living as a royal family member. He was not disowned like some of his older half-brothers, who faced a very different fate. When King Vajiralongkorn divorced his second wife in 1996, he cut ties with their 4 sons, removing them from the line of succession and stripping them of their royal status, forcing them to leave Thailand. These sons have since lived far from the palace and the Thai monarchy in the United States. Although Dipangkorn's future remains uncertain, there are signs that King Vajiralongkorn still considers him a possible successor. Recently, officials loyal to Dipangkorn have been seen wearing badges featuring his image, a public display of support that has fueled speculation about his role in the future of the Thai monarchy. However, not everyone is convinced that Dipangkorn will become king. Due to his rumored learning difficulties and shy nature, there are ongoing doubts about whether he can rule effectively. Some sources claim that if he is considered unfit to take the throne, one of his half-sisters might step in as a regent or the next monarch. The 2 women most often mentioned in these discussions are Princess Badra Kaba and Princess Siren Ari. Princess Badra Kaba, the king's eldest daughter, has always been one of his favorites. She has had a high-profile career in law and has represented Thailand at international events. Many believe that if Dipangkorn could not rule, she would be the strongest candidate to take his place. However, in a shocking turn of events, Badra Kaba's fate was tragic. In 2022, while training with military dogs, the princess suddenly collapsed due to a serious health condition. She fell into a coma and has remained in that state ever since, with very little hope of recovery. Her unexpected illness completely changed the royal succession conversation. With Badra Kaba now unable to rule, some believe that Dipangkorn's chances of becoming king have improved. Still, uncertainty looms over his future. If Dipangkorn is ultimately not chosen to rule, Princess Siren Ari, another of the king's daughters, might be considered. She has a background in fashion and sports, but it remains unclear whether she would be accepted as the next monarch. King Vajiralongkorn has not publicly named a successor, leaving Thailand's future uncertain. All eyes remain on Dipangkorn, waiting to see if he will one day take his place as King of Thailand or be quietly pushed aside. The dynamics of the Thai monarchy. Thailand's royal family is one of the most secretive in the world, in stark contrast to the British monarchy, which is frequently in the public spotlight. While the British royals' lives are often scrutinized, Thailand's monarchy is marked by rare behaviors and strict laws that have occasionally thrust it into the spotlight. Let's dive into these unique circumstances and their impact on the royal family over time. Strict laws in Thailand make insulting or publicly criticizing the royal family illegal, and the media is heavily restricted from reporting anything negative about them. Because of these laws, a 16-year-old protester is now facing serious criminal charges and could spend up to 15 years in prison. His crime: mocking the king during a demonstration. The teenager wore a tank top similar to one the king had been seen wearing, with insulting words written on his body. His act was seen as a violation of Thailand's strict lèse-majesté law, which punishes anyone who insults, defames, or threatens the monarchy. Also, King Vajiralongkorn's behavior often makes headlines in Thailand and internationally. He has been seen in public wearing unusual outfits, making questionable decisions, and engaging in bizarre activities. One of his most talked-about moments happened in Munich, Germany, where he was photographed wearing jeans and a tight white t-shirt. His heavily tattooed body was on full display, a rare sight for a monarch. This unusual fashion choice shocked many people, as most kings are expected to wear formal or traditional attire. Beyond his fashion sense, Vajiralongkorn is known for his deep love for dogs. His most famous pet was a poodle named Fufu. But Fufu wasn't just any ordinary dog. He was given the military title of Air Chief Marshal in the Thai Air Force. This meant that, in official documents, the dog was recognized as having one of the highest ranks in the military. Fufu even attended formal events wearing a tiny uniform. Many found this amusing, while others thought it was an example of the king's eccentric nature. Recently, pro-democracy protests have been growing in Thailand, and many activists have been charged under the lèse-majesté law. They demand political reform and more transparency from the royal family, which has long been shielded from public scrutiny. At the center of this controversy is King Maha Vajiralongkorn. Due to strict media controls, little is known about his private life in Thailand. However, some details have surfaced. The king was educated in Britain and Australia, has a passion for cycling, and is a trained pilot. He is also known for his turbulent love life. He has been married 4 times. One of the most dramatic royal scandals happened in October 2019, when the palace announced that the king's royal consort, Sinat Wanggajaraki, had been plotting against Queen Sua. In response, Vajiralongkorn stripped Sinat of all her royal and military titles, accusing her of disloyalty. But in an unexpected turn, just 1 year later, the king changed his mind, taking Sinat back as his royal consort and restoring her military ranks. With growing unrest in Thailand and increasing calls for democracy, the royal family faces more scrutiny than ever before. But with strict laws still in place, open criticism of the monarchy remains a dangerous act, one that can lead to years behind bars. In addition to his unusual behavior and the strict rules that have fueled growing unrest in Thailand, other aspects of the king's life have drawn significant scrutiny. What are these controversial factors? Let's take a closer look. A dramatic personal life. King Maha Vajiralongkorn is not only famous for his unusual behavior, but also for his dramatic personal life. His relationships, primarily his marriages, have been filled with controversy. Over the years, he has been married multiple times and is rumored to have many concubines. One of his ex-wives, Shazmi Swad, once held a respected position in the royal family. However, unlike many other women linked to the king, she did not come from wealth or nobility. Before meeting Vajiralongkorn, Shazmi had a modest life and worked as a dancer. Their paths crossed when she performed at an event attended by the then-crowned prince. Vajiralongkorn became interested in her, and in 2001, they got married. 4 years later, they had their only child together, Prince Dongayar Rasji. Although Dongayar was born into one of the most powerful families in Thailand, his life has not been as easy as many would assume. From an early age, he was diagnosed with learning difficulties, which made school and public life challenging. He was also extremely shy, making public appearances difficult for him. But the most significant change in his life came when he was just 4 years old. In 2009, a scandal involving his mother shocked the entire royal family. A leaked video showed Shaesai at a birthday party for the king's pet poodle Fufu. She was wearing only a thin G-string, and in a highly bizarre moment, was seen eating from the same bowl as the dog. The video caused a massive public outcry. Despite this, Shirazi remained in the royal family for several years. But in 2014, things took a turn for the worse. Vajiralongkorn stripped her of all her royal titles and privileges, accusing her and her family of corruption. Her parents and brothers were arrested, facing serious criminal charges. Shirazi, however, managed to avoid prison by making an unexpected decision. She became a nun. She was later seen with a shaved head in photos, living a simple and quiet life in a Buddhist monastery. For Prince Dongayar, this was a harrowing experience. At just 9 years old, he was forced to say goodbye to his mother forever. A deeply heartbreaking moment was captured in a photograph. Dipangkorn bowing in respect before her, knowing it would be their last meeting. After this, Dipangkorn's life became more private and mysterious. He was rarely seen in public, and rumors began to spread about his health. Some reports claimed that he was placed in a unique development program, possibly due to suspected autism. However, the Thai palace has never confirmed this. Some even believe that King Vajiralongkorn is ashamed of his son's condition, which could explain why Dipangkorn is kept out of the public eye. Over the years, Dongayar has made a few public appearances, but his behavior has always drawn attention. He sometimes acts younger than his age, and people have noticed that he struggles with basic tasks. At 12 years old, he was seen unable to tie his shoelaces without help from palace staff. During a memorial service for his grandfather, the late King Bhumibol, he shocked onlookers by laughing loudly and lifting his sister off the ground while everyone else remained solemn. These moments fueled speculation about whether Dongayar is fit to rule in the future. Adding to the mystery, Dongayar is not the first royal relative suspected of having autism. His cousin, Prince Bumi Yensen, was also believed to have had the condition. However, Bui's life was tragically cut short. He passed away at just 21 years old during the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. With all these challenges, one big question remains. Will Prince Dongayar ever become King of Thailand? Some believe his father may pass him over in favor of another heir. Others argue that despite his struggles, he is still the rightful prince and will eventually take the throne. the arrival of the prodigal son. There's a big royal drama unfolding in Thailand. Vivari, the second eldest son of King Maha Vajiralongkorn, has returned to Thailand after 27 years away. Now 42 years old, Vivari works as a lawyer in New York City, but his unexpected return has set off a wave of speculation. While visiting a royal family-supported foundation, he spoke to reporters with excitement. "I have been away for so long, 27 years. It's a dream come true to be back. When I looked out the window before landing, I felt so happy," he said. He also emphasized his deep connection to his roots, adding, "Even though I've been abroad for a long time, I have never forgotten that I am Thai. Our culture is very important to me." His return is astonishing because for years, people believed he and his brothers had been wholly cut off from the royal family. Since then, none of the brothers have had any royal titles or an official place in the line of succession. The only exception is their younger sister, Princess Siranari, who was later welcomed back to the royal court and fell into a coma. The question of who will inherit the throne has been left unanswered. Vajiralongkorn's unexpected visit has sparked theories that he might be reinstated into the royal family. According to the BBC, people have long wondered whether one of the king's exiled sons might be brought back to play an official royal role. Now, Vajiralongkorn's sudden return has fueled speculation that this might be happening. However, the palace has remained silent, giving no official statement about his visit. Many Thai political experts believe this could be a test run for his potential future as king. Journalist Andrew McGregor Marshall, who once worked in Bangkok, told the Daily Beast there is a strong chance that he will be the next monarch. That is the only explanation for why he has been allowed back. He could be a popular king and might push for reforms, but the real question is whether he would have any power to make changes or if the palace's powerful insiders would control him. The timing of his return is interesting. A few months ago, in May 2023, the Move Forward Party, an anti-monarchy political group, won the most seats in Thailand's general election. However, the Senate has blocked their confirmation of a new prime minister, leaving the future of Thailand's leadership in question. But Vivari reappearance seems far from a coincidence. Could he be preparing for a royal comeback? In what appears to be a deep succession crisis, one that could have serious consequences for the monarchy's future, the role of a monarch traditionally hinges on having a pool of capable successors ready to take the throne when necessary. However, King Maha Vajiralongkorn, also known as King Rama X, faces a unique problem. None of his legitimate children have married, leaving the monarchy's future uncertain. The king's eldest daughter, Princess Bajrakatayaba, was initially considered the most likely heir to the throne. However, in December 2022, Princess Bajrakatayaba fell gravely ill and has been in a coma ever since, creating a significant void in the royal succession plans. With the king now 71 years old and no clear successor in place, the pressure is mounting on him to find a solution to the crisis. One potential solution quietly discussed in royal circles is the return of Vivari Vajiralongkorn, King Vajiralongkorn's second eldest son. Vivari, born in 1981, has lived most of his life away from Thailand. He has been based in New York City, where he practices law and has remained relatively distant from the royal family's affairs. Despite this, Vivari is seen as a potential candidate to fill the succession gap. While he is still unmarried, he could theoretically marry and produce heirs in the future, giving him the chance to cement his place in the royal line. His recent visit to Thailand after 27 years is stirring up intrigue. Historically, Vivari and his brothers were exiled from Thailand after King Vajiralongkorn divorced their mother, Sujarani Vajiralongkorn, in 1996. Since then, they were not considered part of the royal family and held no formal titles. However, Vivari return after so many years seems part of a carefully planned move. His week-long stay in Thailand was not just a casual visit. It showcased him as a possible future leader of the Thai monarchy. While in Bangkok, Vivari activities struck a delicate balance between traditional royal duties and hints of a more modern approach to the monarchy. He visited temples, participated in merit-making ceremonies, and paid respects at the Siraj Hospital, built in honor of his great-grandfather, Prince Mahidol Adulyadej. His public appearances were met with both praise and criticism. On one hand, his visits were warmly received by royalists who appreciated his respect for Thailand's traditions. On the other hand, critics questioned his remarks, which seemed to favor a more reformist approach to the monarchy. Vivari made it clear that, despite his royal blood, he considered himself a commoner in many ways. He rejected the traditional subservient rituals that usually define the relationship between royals and their people and instead emphasized values of equality, justice, and fairness. In his final speech in Thailand, he thanked his father and expressed gratitude to the country. But he also spoke about the need for societal maturity and fairness. This appeal for a more progressive society resonated with some members of the population, especially those calling for democratic reforms within the monarchy. However, Vakarizern's comments were also met with resistance from conservative factions within the palace. These groups prefer a more traditional royal family structure, where power remains consolidated within the monarchy and the elite. Some political analysts suggest that Vakarizern's return could be seen as an effort by more progressive forces in the palace to introduce reform from within. If Vakarizern were to eventually become king, he could potentially lead the charge toward a more modernized and democratic monarchy, something that many critics of the current regime are pushing for. At the same time, there is a strong possibility that some factions of the palace may prefer a more conservative candidate who would maintain the old traditions and give more power to the royalists and military elites. For instance, some might consider Prince Dipangkorn, King Vajiralongkorn's only officially recognized son, a more stable and less controversial candidate. However, the king's relationship with Dipangkorn has been marred by uncertainty, and there are doubts about whether he is truly fit to take on the role of king. Vakarizern's homecoming is particularly timely given the political climate in Thailand. In May 2023, the anti-monarchy Move Forward party won the most seats in a general election, yet the Senate has refused to confirm a new prime minister, effectively blocking any real political reform. This situation has left many questioning the future direction of Thailand and its monarchy. Vakarizern's return could be seen as an attempt to test the waters and gauge public reaction to a possible future as monarch. There's no clear answer yet regarding what direction Vakarizern's return will take. His visit to Thailand was carefully managed, and while he may be presented as a potential heir to the throne, it remains to be seen whether he will embrace the monarchy's traditional role or push for substantial reform. Either way, his presence in Thailand marks the beginning of what could be a significant chapter in the country's political history. What is truly the future of the Thai monarchy? What does Vakarizern's return mean for the monarchy? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.